The most common sight in Durango on Memorial Day for the past 14 years has been cyclists. Hundreds of world-class cyclists, that is. They come to race, not just against the clock or even against each other, but against the rugged terrain and high altitude of the San Juan Mountains. The Iron Horse Bicycle Classic is also dubbed as a race against the historic Durango to Silverton narrow-gauge train. But coal-fired engines don't stand a chance against the lithe muscles on these light machines. Last year's contest was won by Alexei Greywall, who went on to pick up an Olympic gold medal. This year's race paid over $2,000 in prize money to the best in a field of over 400 from around the world. The colorful congregation begins peacefully enough with an orderly procession through downtown Durango, alongside of the puffing train. But at the city limit, the bikers burst into form, quickly leaving the train behind to complete its daily journey up the valley. Driven by pure determination and fine-tuned bodies, 3 highly ranked bikers broke away from the pack on the ascent of the first of 2 10,000-foot-plus mountain passes, Coal Bank Hill. From there on out, it would be a battle to the end for these 3. Glenn Sanders of Denver, who took top honors, talked about the pain and the pleasure.
Last year it was just pure pain. This year it wasn't so bad. Riders go through phases where they're feeling really good and where they're feeling really bad. Sometimes you really have to suffer and sometimes you don't. We've never been able to really get a handle on it though.
Sanders and teammate Doug Smith battled 1983 winner Ned Overend of Durango over the 45-mile course, using team strategy to overtake the local rider.
So we tried to keep it together to the top of the mountain, and then when we got to the top, Glenn took off on the descent and I just sat on Ned, and then Ned gapped me on a corner.
After the grueling climb of almost 4,000 feet, it was time to fly, and fly they did, past the magnificent snow-topped scenery and the smug automobiles which now had to slow down on the tedious descent which allowed no room for error. Sanders blew into Silverton a cool 2 hours, 6 minutes and 45 seconds after he left Durango, just off the course record, followed by Overend and then Smith. Sanders explained the prestige of winning this battle of endurance and speed.
This thing's got a really long tradition as being one of the really hot races. It attracts really good competition. And just the terrain, man, it's dynamite. It separates it just separates people in a way that no other race does. It's just brutal. It's a pure fitness race, and it's really fun, and riders like to measure themselves on it.
For the next 2 hours, cyclists would pedal their ways across the long-awaited finish line, weary but proud. Oh, and the train, well, it proved once again that slow and steady will get you there too.